Hi, we're here at the 16th hole at St Anne's Golf Club here in Dublin City. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about club selection and picking a spot on the green, because we're getting to that time of the year where the ground softens up. Now this really applies for parkland golf and a little bit of links. Links you can be pretty consistent all year round, but it does soften up. So the two main things to be really conscious of is club selection, and not just necessarily loft or numbers like an 8-iron, 7-iron, sand wedge, lob wedge. Actually, more importantly, is bounce. And bounce is basically using the bottom of the golf club to actually make sure that club glides through nicely to give you the proper contact without sticking the club into the ground, which we get a lot with parkland at this time of year with all the softness that we have. And then the second most important thing after that is, once you know your club, and hopefully it'll be the one which will actually make the shot easier and less chance of leaving the club in the ground, is where your spot is on the green, where you want to hit it to get that natural release. So I got 3 clubs with me because we're quite close to the green, so this applies really for chipping and itching, that in between shot, even pitching as well. I got my 50-degree wedge, all Clevelands, my 54, which is my sand wedge, and my 60-degree lob wedge, which is really 62. So I'm going to play the first one with a 60 because we got a few undulations which you're going to see now in a minute when I bring it around, when we start picking the spot I want to land to. But this is more about the contact, picking the club that makes it easier. We've got a pretty tight lie here on the golf course. Being links, the lies are always pretty good. But this, as I say, if it's a little bit softer, which we do get this time of the year, you want that little bit more forgiveness with club to turf. So I have to hit this pretty precise for a lob wedge, ball slightly above my feet. I'm going to do my chipping action and try it and hit it all the way up there, but there's going to be a chance I'll actually get the club into the ground, so I might hit that duff shot when I hit it. So you can see I've taken a bit of turf, ball's just gone barely in front of me. Alright, so I've taken a bit of a chunk out of the ground. Now, the next club I'm going to use is 50-degree because of the distance. I think that's the right club. Again, like the lob wedge, it has a pretty sharp edge on it, so I have to be very precise. If this was really firm ground, like in the middle of the summer, it wouldn't matter. I'd actually get away with these shots a lot easier. It's less chance of me digging the club in. I'll probably tin it rather than dig it. So again, I'll play the shot, my little chip and run shot. Oh yeah, chunked it into the ground a bit, got a nice release as well. So you can see there the 2 divots I have there. Now, story about bounce. Sand wedge is the one club that has a lot of natural bounce on it, where the back edge is higher than the front edge. So if I put it that way to you, you can see the back edge is higher than the front edge. So which means this area is going to hit the ground first, which keeps the club going through. So less chance of me actually leaving a little divot in the ground, more chance of me just taking the top off the grass, like if I was asking for just a trim on top of the hair. So I'll play the same shot again. I'll move my ball back here so you can actually see the difference. Same action with every shot, and then I just dig away. There we go, loads of spin and virtually no divot. I've just taken a nice film of grass. Now I'm going to move the camera around so we can now pick a spot. So now I know that the shot I want to play is with my sand wedge. So because it's a 54-degree, I've got a little hump I want to get over here. I'm going to play a little bit further back my stance to get the ball driven forward, a little bit of release. I just have to be quite aggressive with the shot because I have to throw it. What I mean by that, I have to throw it a lot further on the green. It's not going to run out huge amount. So I'm going to use my colored ball here. This is the new ball from Strixon with the 2-tone on it, as you can see there if I move it around. So it actually shows up spin really well. So I'm just going to move it here into that tight lie. This becomes a more aggressive shot, which is more of an itch shot. It's in between a chip and a pitch. A lot of arms, a lot of legs, no hands. So I'll just set up to it. I'm going to try and throw it in the middle of the green, a little further back in my stance, get a feel for my tempo. Throw it out to the right, and then it spins down and around to the left. Okay, so that's how you play that shot. So this time of year, you should be using a lot more bounce. Sand wedge is a great little club. You can open up clubs like your 9-irons, all those sort of things that add bounce. You're better off having a club face square where the club has natural bounce, so it's gliding to the grass like you're taking a slight film of hair off the top of your head without taking the scalp out, which is what all the other clubs do, which have a very, very sharp edge. So as we get into the winter time, when the ground's a little bit softer, so we don't want the club to get stuck in the ground, and we want the club to keep going through towards the ball, keep that energy and keep the club going so the ball keeps going forward. We want to use a club with more bounce, and your sandwich is the most likely one to do that. Just keep in mind, the further back the stance the ball goes, you reduce bounce. So if you can keep it right of center or manipulate the face a little bit at address, you can do that to keep the bounce on the club. But be aggressive, be confident in what you're doing, because this club's going to help you pick spots on the green at this time of year or any time of the year, but a lot nearer to your pin, your landing area. Like that one there was about a 75% shot onto the green, 25% release because it's a little bit downhill. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm William Noble, I'm the PGA at St. Anne's Golf Club, and we'll see you soon. Thanks very much.